Anders, welcome to the show. A pleasure to have your company. Oh, you're there at the European Parliament. That's giving me chills. It's giving me Stockholm syndrome from my time back in that place, Strasbourg syndrome even. I digress. Anders, a fascinating study came out. Denmark leads the way in so many superb studies. This identifies the answer, the link between increased immigration and house price increases. Tell us more.
Yeah, what the University of Aarhus found out from publicly available data is that more than 60% of the increase in rent for public housing can be directly attached to the price of migration. So basically, more than half the increase we have seen over these more than 25 years now has been caused by the level of mass migration coming into Denmark, of course, in making this kind of public housing more or less unavailable for ordinary working class Danish citizens.
And Anders, some other fascinating stuff is we've seen certain locales are vacated by Danes who previously lived there. They want to get out. We've seen similar things, by the way, all over city centres in the United Kingdom. And that's had a knock-on effect in the suburbs, the more desirable parts of Denmark that people want to move out to. Suddenly, the prices go through the roof.
Yeah, of course, what we are seeing is that certain areas of public housing have become ghettos. So basically, there is not really any ethnical Danish population living there anymore. And this is pressuring out these, which were predominantly working class families, to go into the suburbs, to go into more, to the villages just outside the city centers. And of course, that is also creating a price increase there. And we are now at a level in Denmark where the capital region of Copenhagen is very difficult to find a suitable accommodation if you're just a middle-income family with two parents and a couple of children. And we are seeing similar tendencies in other major Danish cities such as Aarhus, Odense, or Aalborg.
And it's fascinating to point out that house prices in Denmark grew by 51% over this period, 51%. And the numbers are eye-watering in terms of the number of people coming in. 90% of the Danish population growth over that period solely down to the influx of immigrants or their descendants.
Yeah, basically in the period we're talking about here, since the millennia, we have seen that now we are a population of about 6 million people in Denmark. Almost 1 million is either migrants or direct descendants of migrants. And that is what's pressuring the prices and making housing very difficult to afford for normal working class incomes, but also middle high incomes as well. You actually have to be quite wealthy now to acquire a house in the Copenhagen area. And that's, I think, it's a similar tendency as what we have witnessed in London and other big cities in the UK, that there are no room for the indigenous population when this migration is taking a hold.
Superb stuff. And once again, I always say I wish we had these kind of studies in the United Kingdom. Thanks for sharing that with us. That's European Member of the Parliament for Denmark, Anders Vistisen. Thank you very much for joining us on the show.